Hey guys, welcome back, and I am excited to bring you my first build video featuring the Ouroboros exotic SMG. That, of course, is locked behind the incursion with a 1% drop chance for each boss and a 10% drop chance at the box at the end of the incursion. If you want to run the incursion, there's a couple of guides already up on YouTube that explain how the entire each boss encounter and everything in between works, and I recommend that you watch one of those before just jumping into it. So I'm going to go ahead and run some of the gameplay as my usual thing that I do here, and come back and talk about the build, so let's get into it.
Without a cure, been holding on for so long, for so long, for so long. I've been wishing upon a star as my universe falls apart. I feel so far from the sky as my dreams are flying by. And they say it's a battle that can't be won. We need our knives, we need our guns. Should I run away and change my name? Or should I stay and fight through the night and never close my eyes? I'll never close my eyes. I've come too far to go back now, to turn into a face in the crowd. Been on this road for so long, so long, so long. Convinced there is no way out. My world is turned upside down. My sense of direction's been gone for so long, for so long. They say it's a battle that can't be won. We need our knives, we need our guns. Should I run away and change my name? Or should I stay and fight through the night and never close my eyes? I'll never close my eyes. Stay strong, keep moving. Can't let the darkness blind us. Carry on, we'll be the ones that pull the stars down to us. Stay strong, keep moving. Can't let the darkness blind us. Carry on, we'll be the ones that pull the stars down to us. Should I run away and change my name? Or should I stay and fight through the night and never close my eyes? I'll never close my
Now that I've ran my little montage thing, let's get into the actual build. So I will say quickly that this build is not really anything unique. It's kind of just like a standard striker SMG build. However, it does work extremely well with the Ouroboros, so that's why I'm kind of doing that here. Maybe later on, once I get a little more used to the weapon and the way it works, maybe I'll try to make a a build that's more unique and more fit for the specific weapon itself and like the way it works. But yeah, this is what it is for now. So for specialization, I went for technician. Now you can pretty much run whatever you want. You could run gunner, you could run firewall, whatever. But I went technician for the extra skill tier and mainly for the 12% damage to drones and skill proxies, which of course is more for legendary than anything else. So if you were running on heroic, I would say you're probably better off running either firewall or gunner, but on legendary, I would recommend using the technician. Now I'm going to quickly mention my weapons as well, just because even if you don't have the Ouroboros currently, you could still make this build just to use it, or if you want to have it to prep for the Ouroboros and kind of get an idea of what that's going to feel like. So I would say that if you're not going to run this with the Ouroboros, or if you don't have it, just run a regular Vector with Optimus, and you will be doing a lot of damage, and you will kind of get an idea of what the Ouroboros is going to be like with this build. It's not obviously going to be exactly the same, but it feels somewhat similar. So for your secondary and your sidearm, you can run whatever you want. I will say for my secondary, I chose a FAMAS with Optimus just to have a ranged option that has good damage output. But you could run really anything that you want, like a Scorpio or an ACS or just whatever else you want to on your build. Just depends on what you prefer. Now moving on to the actual gear itself, I'm using the Coyote's Mask, and I'm using it for the crit damage buff that you get at 15 meters or less. Now, since this is an SMG build, you are probably going to have this buff active, not 100% of the time, but the majority of the time. So, you're going to be getting the most that you can get out of the Coyote's Mask for this build. Since you already have basically 60% crit chance with the Ouroboros anyway, you don't really need the extra crit chance, so this is really just for the crit damage and not anything else. Although I will say the extra crit chance is helpful when you are using the FAMAS. So continuing on with the gear, I have 4 pieces of strikers, which includes the chest piece, backpack, holster, and knee pads. These all have crit damage on them, and the reason for that, of course, is the most damage value, and of course the chest piece and the backpack are because they buff the striker stacks, making you, of course, put out more damage, as you would expect. Now for my gloves, I'm using a piece of Sokolov gloves, and that's for the 10% SMG damage, which does help the Ouroboros. Now, if you are playing a lot into both your primary and your secondary weapon, I would say probably run like a piece of Walker or maybe Contractor's gloves here instead, but if you are mainly playing into the Ouroboros, I think your best option is Sokolov here. The good thing about this build is that your one Sokolov piece could be your gloves, holster, or knee pads. It doesn't matter since everything is rolled the same, and it's all striker anyway. Really doesn't matter, rather your one Sokolov piece is your gloves, holster, or knee pads, so that does help with this build, of course. For the skills, you can run pretty much whatever you want. I decided to go with a shield and a reviver hive, but you could run a decoy, a turret for aggro pull in, you could run riot foam, banshee pulse, really whatever you want. It's completely up to you. And taking a quick look at my stats, I have 59% crit chance, which is why I said you basically have 60% crit chance if you have it set up this way, and 151% crit damage. Now keep in mind that the damage numbers that you're seeing on the total damage stat for my Ouroboros is everything on this build is fully optimized, and I do have 11 expertise levels currently in my Ouroboros. So if your damage numbers are lower, that is probably the reason why. Either pieces on your build are not fully optimized in weapon damage, or your weapon doesn't have expertise ranks in it. So, I mean, it is what it is. So anyway, that's about it. I don't really have anything else to say here. Like I said at the beginning of this video, maybe I'll sit down and try to make something a little more unique, something that fits the Ouroboros more than just being a DPS SMG build. I don't know. I'll see what I can figure out. But that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you see you next video. I'm out. Peace. Alright. Bye guys.